Shortly after promoting to Staff Sergeant in the Army, I was assigned to a recruiting battalion in the Deep South. I began my search for apartments only to be shocked by what I saw on almost every listing. Not haunted. Was this for real? Was it a joke? I was confused. I called a complex to ask about this strange inclusion, and the manager informed me that in this city, it was legally required to disclose whether residents had been reported haunted or not. I was shocked. But as I spent more time there, I began to understand the reasoning behind this strange law. Where was I, you ask? New Orleans, of course. The residents of New Orleans fondly refer to it as the city that care forgot. This pays homage to the easygoing, carefree nature of the people who live there. Located along the Mississippi River in southeast Louisiana, New Orleans is a city unlike any other. Famous for its paranormal activity, eclectic food scene, and one of the biggest parties in the world, New Orleans offers a one-of-a-kind experience that cannot be replicated anywhere else. So, if you're planning on your next vacation, allow me to present to you my favorite city in the world. New Orleans boasts that it welcomes everybody, the living, the dead, and all of the souls in between. Vampires, witches, voodoo magic, ghosts, they're all massive pieces of the city's history that are still very prominent today. Spooky sites like LaLaurie Mansion, above-ground cemeteries, vampire bars, and haunted hotels scattered throughout the city leave lasting impressions on residents and visitors alike. Occult-themed movies and TV shows are known to film in the area in hopes of capturing the paranormal authenticity that just could not be recreated in Hollywood. Some of these shows include True Blood, Interview with a Vampire, Vampire Diaries, and American Horror Story. And those are just a handful of the notable projects that have taken place here. But why do the dead refuse to rest in New Orleans? Why is this place so haunted? This is a hotly debated question that has been asked for hundreds of years. Historians have two popular theories as to why this might be. Many say that all of the lights, colors, music, and partying mask the city's dark history of tragedy and death. Massive tragedies such as slavery, the yellow fever epidemic, and hurricanes like Katrina have plagued the region since its colonization. The second theory has to do with the geography of the region. It's a commonly held belief that ghosts and spirits cannot cross water, and New Orleans is surrounded by it. Others simply say that New Orleans has no solid ground to hold the dead. Whatever the reasoning may be, one thing's clear: the dead don't sit still long in the city of New Orleans. Experiencing the thrill of a haunted cemetery or taking part in the Ghosts and Vampires walking tour can really work up your appetite. Fortunately, the New Orleans culinary scene is as robust as the residents who live there. I strongly believe that one of the best ways to experience a city's authentic culture is through its food, and this is especially true in New Orleans. Here, Cajun is king, and for good reason. There's gumbo, red beans and rice, jambalaya. Recipes for these iconic dishes are passed down from generation to generation, so unless you were born here, it's difficult to get your hands on a really good one. The secrecy and gatekeeping surrounding these recipes is one of the main reasons why Cajun food isn't super popular around the rest of the United States. The array of culinary options spans from 24-hour hole-in-the-wall po' boy sandwich shops to renowned Michelin star restaurants. You're not going to find any big chain restaurants in the French Quarter because the residents simply wouldn't allow it. Culturally, authentic food is paramount to the people of the city, and after you try it, you'll understand why. From fried alligator to buckets of buttery crawdads to fluffy, sweet beignets like what you see here, the food in the city is truly unlike anything that you've ever had before. So, you've seen the ghosts, you've tasted the food. What more could you possibly want? How about one of the biggest parties in the world? You can't talk about New Orleans without mentioning Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras, also known as Fat Tuesday and Carnival, is steeped in rich tradition dating back to the 1730s. It's a time of celebration, extravagance, music, and fun. Every year for Mardi Gras, the city's non-essential businesses shut down so that everyone has the opportunity to enjoy the parade, which lasts 2 full days. And as a fun fact, everyone riding a float is legally required to wear a mask. Keep in mind that these aren't the kinds of masks that we wear for COVID. Rather, the float riders must wear masks on the upper portion of their face, and they're encouraged to be colorful and fun and in keeping with the celebration. Popularly known as one of the most exciting celebrations of the year, people travel from all over the world to experience this authentic New Orleans tradition. Though the parade itself is free to the public, Mardi Gras actually brings in more money for the city than any other hosted event, including the Super Bowl, and it happens every year. From Bourbon Street to the French Quarter to downtown and all of the surrounding neighborhood, the city truly goes all out when it comes to this celebration. I highly recommend putting it on your bucket list, and it is an experience that you will never forget. Today I touched on just a few of the things that make New Orleans one of the most exciting cities in the world. The ghosts, the food, and the parties all play a role in maintaining the vibrant culture that is unique to New Orleans. Every element honors the city's history in ways that keeps tourists coming back for more year after year. And it truly is a city of resilience. Don't take my word for it. Go experience New Orleans for yourself. I promise you'll be glad that you did. Laissez le bon temps trouvé.